Live. It's a live podcast for cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Cash, peer-to-peer payments, uncensored, anything goes. Welcome to the little show. It's live. Just getting set up over here. It's a one-man show. Setting up. Glad to be here. Korean boy Jay, what's good, man? Glad to see you're coming in tonight. Friday's going good, Jay. Thank you, man. Hope your Friday's going good, man. I guess you're off work, so it's a good feeling. I'm gonna step away real quick, boss. I'll be back. See if anybody else joins the chat. It's been kind of quiet recently, so we'll dive into some stuff here. Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming back. Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Bitcoin Cash Live. Yeah, man, I'm always hustling, bro. I'm hustling whenever I can. I'm always moving, so it's gonna be a quick show tonight, guys. I do got to be up early in the morning. I got some stuff I got to do, so I got to be up early. So let's get down to business later, and let's get down to business now. We're live, guys, on Bitcoin Cash. Feeling great tonight. Glad to be here. Glad to be part of crypto. You know, I don't know if we've done a payment recently, but you know, this is always fun to do. But I guess we can do that maybe later. I don't really have a plan, even though you know, my plan is to get done a little earlier tonight because I did kind of start kind of late. I mean, it's 10:20. You know, get on here when I can, guys. It's a one-man show. Probably at some point I'll probably have people all around the world to open up these chats, and they'll be going 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, forever. Cryptocurrency is that cool. So it makes sense that we should have an online chat like the old days where people can go and just talk about how great crypto is. So right now that platform is YouTube. Might be something way better in the future, but for now it's YouTube, and we're live, guys. So I'll pull up some prices. We took a little bit of a step down. I mean, I don't really see it as, you know, really anything, guys. It's kind of the same volatility we've been playing with since day one, at least for me. So waves, you know, last we were talking, it was $60. Went half that. So, yeah, it's on the way down. 6x in a month. So, over 6x in a month. So, not many asset classes do that. But I did hit 60. I know it doesn't show right up there, but I did go for 60. It came back down. Not to worry. This thing will keep going to all-time highs. 60 is not the top of that thing. Altcoins around the, you know, following down with Bitcoin, BTC. All down. Ethereum Classic's up a little bit. It went up to $50. It's kind of came down a little bit, but it's still like quite up for the month, like 47% up for the month, over 40% up for the 3 month. So most of that gain's all right here. So this right here didn't really matter. That's kind of what happens is they break out, and none of these little price movements matter. So Ethereum Classic. You know, I got optimistic goals for Ethereum Classic. I'm really kind of thinking maybe with ETH, with ETH going to proof of stake, maybe we'll see some miners start mining this coin. I think that'd be pretty cool. Keep the original Ethereum alive. still doing really well. Guys, we're live on Bitcoin Cash, the live crypto channel. Feel free to come by, comment, add to the chat. We got Korean Boy Jay in the house. He's off work tonight, I'm assuming. So feel free to join the chat, guys, live. If you catch us on a rewind, I do try to make it out here, give or take a few hours, 8 to 10. I try to usually get on here California time, so feel free to come down. Every night's different, man. I mean, every night I do this coin talk. It's just kind of different. We were talking about real estate last night with crypto. We talked privacy coins. Try different wallets. Go through different stuff happening in the community. So it's always fun to talk about crypto. So it's kind of the purpose of doing these channels, doing this live show. So welcome. Topics of discussion with crypto, not a lot going on. I mean, I guess I could kind of see what's going on, see what kind of narratives are going on right now. Just to kind of get a good laugh. It's all stupid stuff. What is this guy doing, man? So Bitcoin conference going on right down in Miami right now. I was thinking about going down there like a Bitcoin Cash and make like a little tent or whatever and have it across the street from the convention, but I feel like it would kind of be the wrong kind of intention, even though I think it'd be fun. Have like a little Bitcoin Cash. Chad, you have more people. Chad, you would have way more people if you made a Twitter. Yeah, maybe I should make a Twitter. I don't really know if. I guess I can handle that. Yeah, I can make a Twitter. Yeah, people go out and eat on Friday. It's kind of that thing. So, I was thinking about doing a Bitcoin Cash tent across the street from the Bitcoin convention. Maybe I'll do that next year, because this year just kind of came up too fast. Venture capitalist Peter Thiel delivered a keynote Thursday on Bitcoin in Miami Beach. He owns a mansion in the beach's Venetian Islands. On the beach's Venetian Islands, that's a condo complex in Miami Beach. Billionaire, blah blah blah. He then compared the U.S. currency to toilet paper. Okay. Exemplified the kind of potent energy Thursday in the Miami Convention Center during the first official day of what's touted as the biggest Bitcoin conference in the world. It runs blah 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 blah. So what's so good about this dude? Peter Thiel, what did he do? I'm kind of bored with that, just reading it. So apparently his company went bankrupt a couple years ago. Blah blah blah. So ripping up money on stage, basically. Friday night, usually people. Yeah, he's off. Luke. Jay's off work tonight, I'm assuming. So I guess that's why he decided to cruise down. We were wondering where you at, man. I figured you were at work. It made sense. You said you got that restaurant gig, so. So this guy's tearing up money on stage, throwing it at people. I don't really see the point in that. It seems like the Bitcoin conference, honestly, I don't know that. It seems like all this stuff's really garbage, guys. Even with I mean, I feel like I wouldn't even want to go to Bitcoin conference now. I feel like the guest speakers they have there are just, I mean, I looked at them the other week. Keynote speakers right now. I mean, dude, who are these people? Like, a bunch of just, like, where's this guy's gonna talk? I'd like to literally just go there and start yelling Bitcoin Cash and just get thrown out. Lightning Labs. Yeah, so these are the speakers, guys. Pretty much like a lot of people that have been like in crypto less time than me, and they're speaking at the Bitcoin conference. So I mean, I don't really know what to make of any of this. Like, I don't even have any interest in going to this conference, really. Not because I'm sour on BTC Core, just because it's like a lot of these speakers are like noobs. So like, I get they have like fallen in love with Bitcoin and everything, but it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I mean, this is like really annoying. I would not want to hear anybody of these people talk about Bitcoin. Because their version of Bitcoin is 2 years old or less. I mean, a lot of these people are really, really new. So I don't know what it takes to be a speaker here, but obviously not very much. Maybe this is BTC Core now. I mean, this is kind of like, I don't know. I just don't feel like I have the same connection with these kind of people as I do some of the maximalists that were, been in it for a while. And I'm not saying every one of these people are new. I mean, a lot of these people, I mean, this dude's on fucking, he's a speaker. This dude's like on, I've seen this kid on, whatever that ℚ𝕠𝕘𝕖𝕣 crypto show. I mean, it's like, I don't know, like, where they're getting these people. I think these people just, like, are just part of, this is everybody who's, like, being followed in crypto. Like, this is what people are following, these people. And I just, they might be leading these people in the wrong direction. I mean, they might take a lot of people out of crypto just because they're going to get, pretty let down once they find out what's really going on. So, co-founder of PayPal, Elon Musk is already investing with, Dorsey and Square and all that. So, yeah, this is the Bitcoin thing they're pushing now, guys. This is what it looks like. So it's Director of Human Rights for North Korea. I mean, what the fuck is this? This is just, I don't know, Lightning Labs. A lot of people from Lightning Labs, a lot of people from PayPal, a lot of the same kind of people. This guy's here, he's only talking, none of these people are talking about anything else other than BTC Core. I just don't know what all these people right here are going to talk about. I mean, what do you sit there and hear everybody say at this thing? I sound like a negative Nancy, but whatever. BCH gang, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. North Korean with Bitcoin. Yeah, I think it's just an activist for North Korea. I don't think she's not from North Korea or anything like that. I don't think. Yeah, guys, that's your BTC Core now. That's what everybody thinks is Bitcoin now. So I think they might be let down at some point if they start using Lightning Network and they lose possibly some of their funds. Because when somebody goes offline, the payment channel closes, or a merchant closes a payment channel, or vice versa, and they start having issues with funds, and people start questioning why they're having to pay all this money to use Lightning Network. Or maybe they'll just try to kill the Bitcoin idea of a currency, and they're just using Lightning Network as a scapegoat, and they know it's going to fail anyways. They know it's going to not work, so they might be like, it might just be this huge plot to sabotage the whole payment network part of Bitcoin and just plug it into a like a digital gold narrative and let everybody eat that bullshit up, and just let everybody basically fork over their money to the people that already control it. So it sounds kind of boring, sounds kind of lame. It seems like people would, you know, and they're kind of new too. So, you know, just because they're like super into BTC right now, you know, that interest might go down into some of these other cryptos. A lot of these ones right here we're looking at are already super high up, so the new people either have investments in these coins, or I've kind of just got into them kind of in the hype. So they might be disappointed when these start going down, but you know, that's not to say they're going to be down money. I mean, I'm down already on my investment. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, I've had opportunities to pull out all my money and you know, go back in, but at the end of the day, you don't want to. For me, it's not worth the risk, because at that point, I'm not really gambling. I'm not really supporting a certain cause or the idea of believing in something. I'm just basically, you know, either going off greed or going off just the thrill, really, of gambling. So that's really why I don't try to, you know, even if it's a 4 or 5x gain, I don't really try to like sit there and, you know, if I need money, I'll pull it out. If I don't, I won't. You know, it doesn't really matter if it's way up or way down. You know, the idea is to kind of move forward in life and you know, make more money. You know, if you don't make any money, doesn't matter if you have all the Bitcoin in the world, you're gonna, you know, not have any new money coming in to buy more. The idea is to always buy more, so you always need to be making money, and right now that's fiat to buy Bitcoin Cash, or if you find somebody that can pay you in Bitcoin Cash or transact in Bitcoin Cash, that kind of limits the hassle of fiat altogether. So, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're live on Bitcoin Cash, cryptocurrency. Michael Saylor looks like he hates Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, he does hate Bitcoin Cash. There's also a there's a video where Michael Saylor like is, let's see if I can find it real quick here. Basically, there's a really funny video where Roger Ver, I guess, was tweeting him on Bitcoin Cash, and he got all mad about it. I don't know if you've seen it. Roger Ver, Twitter, versus Michael Saylor, BTC. I mean, it's pretty funny, if I can find it. This might be it, maybe.
Bitcoin Cash is 20 times faster transaction rate than Bitcoin, which is so freaking foolish, silly, stupid statement to make. And I won't say who tweeted it at me, because you can probably guess who tweeted it at me. It's such a stupid thing to say. Bitcoin Cash is 20 times faster transaction rate than Bitcoin, which is so freaking foolish, silly.
This is him. He's mad right now.
To make, and I won't say who tweeted it at me, because you can probably guess who tweeted it at me. It's such a stupid thing to say. Bitcoin Cash.
He's mad about that.
Give me an example of something you can own $100 million of, where you can take personal custody of it, and where you can actually move it anywhere on Earth, and where even if I hold a gun to your head, I can't take it from you. And the only thing we've ever figured out that you can do that with is Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin is like, it keeps everybody honest. The optionality to do this means that All you got to do is find one bank in Singapore that'll treat you better than the bank in New York or London or Tokyo, and then you can move it in a half an hour for $5. And what happens next?
Half an hour.
The bank in New York
$5.
thinks, well, I guess we can't screw these guys over.
Depends on how much the network guys. I've waited almost 24 hours on a transaction of
I
BTC.
can't just tax all the Bitcoin in California. It'll move to Wyoming. It'll move to Singapore. It'll move to Malta. And at the end of the day, you can tell everybody to go fuck themselves. You can put it in your head, memorize the freaking key, right? And it's here. And then, you know, the classic Bitcoiner response is, oh, yeah, my Bitcoin, I lost it in a boating accident. You ever heard that phrase? It's kind of a trope, but what it means is, at the end of the day, if you push me too far, I lost it, it's gone, sorry.
This guy's probably going to do this with his BTC core.
That.
His greed scale is off the chart. I mean, I can seriously, he doesn't really care about liberating people or bringing people out of poverty. He hasn't mentioned that once, so he hasn't even said that at all. So, yeah, this is Bitcoin, guys. Somebody trying to make money off fees. Basically, he wants to be the Bitcoin bank. It's basically what ℚ𝕠𝕘𝕖𝕣 wants. He wants to be the Bitcoin bank. And he's just, you know, kind of lame. So, he does look like he hates Bitcoin Cash. And honestly, it looks like he gets pretty mad when anything's talked about, like putting your Bitcoin, BTC core, like questioning BTC core. He seems to get like uncontrollably, like he can't control his anger. It's really ridiculous. So, what will happen? You know, will BTC core be worth more than BCH? I mean, it just seems like a name, but it's a lot more than that. And the fact that he gets so uptight about it, he doesn't seem to understand. His narrative just doesn't fit what has already happened. His narrative seems to be, you know, I invested in Bitcoin, and so should you. His Bitcoin is BTC, and anything that isn't BTC isn't Bitcoin and shouldn't be invested in. And Anthony Pompliano, kind of the same thing. All he wants to talk about is Bitcoin, BTC, his version of Bitcoin. So this channel, guys, we talk about other stuff. We talk about Bitcoin Cash, we talk about Bitcoin SV, talk about Ethereum Classic, talk about ETH. So a lot of different coins that we talk about here, and I enjoy it. What was your real license? Yeah, the test was hard, man. Honestly, I thought it was. A lot of people say it's easy. I thought it was hard. I didn't pass the first time, so. But I also found out that I wasn't studying the right stuff. So once I found out what I should have been studying, which is all on Quizlet, test was a lot easier. Cardenas, welcome back, sir. Good to have you in the house. Yeah, but Jay, I think ℚ𝕠𝕘𝕖𝕣 doesn't like anything but BTC, and there's obvious reasons for that. And there's obvious reasons why the elite. I mean, if Elon Musk likes Doge at all, why doesn't he buy Doge? Is there anything different about him tweeting about Doge than putting it on his balance sheet or being invested in it from Tesla? You know, if they're using it as a form of payment on his website, I mean, I just don't see. But they're only trying to buy BTC. They're only trying to buy BTC. They're only trying to promote BTC because they don't want to promote something they have no control over. In Bitcoin Cash, they don't have any control over Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV. The only people that have control over are the miners, and at this point in time, they seem to be on our side. You know, I don't think Bitcoin Cash is going anywhere. I don't think Bitcoin SV is going anywhere. They might not be going thousands of percents up, you know, in the short term, right in this little time span we're looking at that everybody keeps, you know, talking shit about. But there's no telling where it can be 5 years from now, or, you know, 10 years from now, or 20 years from now. And I don't think any of them are really thinking about it that long out. The people following what these people are telling them to do are thinking about it even out in less time than they are in the first place. So it's kind of like they're leading the blind, or they're taking directions from the blind, or the blind leading the blind. That's what the phrase is. So it's kind of that with BTC Core, is you got the blind leading the blind, because the Bitcoin maximalists that were super Bitcoin seem to kind of not be in talking about Bitcoin anymore, because they're out like either promoting their own coin, aka Polkadot, VCGO. There's a ton of different coins that people that were maxis went out and started. So yeah, the restaurant business kind of does make you feel like you're a slave. I'm glad to be out of it, honestly. I was in it for a number of years, and I'm glad to be out of it. It does feel like a slave job. Liberate people, but only to enslave everyone. Yeah, true that, man. Yeah, we talk about a lot of coins. We definitely love Bitcoin Cash the most, probably, on this channel. I don't really have a coin that I like the most. But I will say Bitcoin Cash I do like the most. But like I have like a couple coins that I like more than like 90% of the coins, and then I have like another little bit of coins that like I might be open to using or buying at some point. Bitcoin Cash. Guys, I have a confession. I don't think I've ever been to true authentic Korean barbecue. And I know everybody's gonna, what? You never been? But I've been to a lot of barbecue places growing up in the Southeast. Some really good ones too. But like a Korean barbecue, I've had Korean barbecue at a Korean restaurant. But I feel like these Korean barbecue, you gotta like cook it in front of you and do that. I've never been to one of those. Maybe I should check it out. A lot of people seem to like it. I do love Korean food. I mean, I've eaten at a ton of Korean restaurants. I'm not super big on pork, honestly. I mean, I'm not one of those people that, if it's like a ramen soup or pork bone soup, I'll eat it, but I don't really eat a lot of pork. I just don't. So maybe that's why I haven't ventured off to a Korean barbecue spot yet. But yeah, I love Korean food, man. I literally can eat kimchi like every day. It's so good. A lot of good Korean dishes. Tofu soup, spare rib soup. I mean, the list goes on. I love this squid pasta they got. My girl loves that. This octopus pasta dish with like red spicy sauce. It's so bomb. Bitcoin Cash. So Luke, your prediction didn't play out, man. What the fuck? Seems like it didn't really go as planned. But guys, I'm telling you, man, Mr. Luke could be absolutely right. I mean, this thing could just out of nowhere just really make amazing gains. Chad cooks and curry at home with the wifey. Yeah, she's not big on pork either, man, honestly. We don't eat a lot of pork. I used to eat bacon all the time. It's like all the freaking time, man. I probably eat enough bacon in my lifetime. Even if I don't eat any more bacon, I've eaten probably more bacon than most people will ever eat in their lifetime. But I will definitely give Korean barbecue a shot one of these days. Try kind of something out of my comfort zone. Yeah. For your support is coming. Watch Korean boy Chad. Yeah, Korean boy Chad here. Chad, I thought you were Korean. You sure you're not Korean? Yeah, I know, man. I do love Korean food. It's definitely one of my favorites. I just love any kind of Asian cuisine, really. I love Thai food, Chinese food, Korean food, Vietnamese food. They're all really good. They're all really different from one another. They're all really tasty. I love all world cuisines too. I love Mexican food, Italian food, seafood, all sorts of stuff. So definitely like trying new stuff. So I'll definitely give Korean barbecue a shot. It's not all about the pork, it's all about the beef. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that. I thought I'm always used to hearing barbecue. I just kind of immediately think pork. But yeah. I'll have to try it out, man. That was bomb. BCH going maybe 500 back? Maybe. Definitely maybe. I mean, it wouldn't take much. I mean, we're just looking at it like this. It seems like it could be fairly easy to do. I mean, we can literally do something like this and be well over 500. I mean, it would take literally nothing to do that. So something like that maybe would just put us really well in the game. So that, I mean, that could go up to this. I mean, it could be like something like that. I mean, that doesn't look that weird. So I'll leave us with big hopes and dreams. I'm gonna take a little break. We'll look at some altcoins when I get back and probably wrap it up, guys. I gotta be up super early. I gotta head to Apple Valley, which is about an hour and a half from my house tomorrow morning. So I gotta be up super early, which means you know, this kind of goes back on hold until I can get back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be try and get on here a bit earlier. Yeah, definitely put your seatbelts on, guys. I mean, something like that could happen really easily. I know it seems just like, you know, why would this happen all of a sudden? But you know, you'd be surprised. We could get a little squeeze out right quick here on this little dip down, a little squeeze coming up. Maybe shoot us up to 500. I've kind of drone it up to 8, but you know, nonetheless, you gotta buckle your seatbelts, guys. What's up, Durden? Welcome back, man. Tyler Durden in the house. Yeah, it's definitely worth getting a second job on the weekend just to buy more BCH. Yeah, man, you got to put in the time, you know, with anything. If you want to get BCH, you know, nobody's giving it out for free. These little bits that I give out are nothing, so definitely got to get a job and actually buy more. I'm going to try working 7 days a week. I think BCH can motivate me somewhat. Yeah, man, I work 7 days a week for freaking ever, man. You can do it, man. Just put your mind to it. Get a good rhythm. Make sure you stay, you know, adequate calories. Make sure that, you know, they're feeding you at the restaurant or you're buying food. You know, stay hydrated. Keep your food. If you're young, dude, you can do that shit for years, bro. It's not going to kill you. When I accumulated most of my cryptos in Bitcoin Cash, I was working 3 restaurant jobs as a waiter at all 3 of them. So I was literally going from like one job to the next job to the next job, and you know, I don't know how I did it looking back, just working 3 jobs like nonstop, like some days only getting like 1 day off a week or no days off a week. A lot of times I'd get no days off. But you know, restaurant jobs, sometimes the shifts are kind of short, so you know, you got to kind of rationalize you know, what you're doing and kind of where you're at in your life. So that kind of part of my life, I feel like, is kind of probably likely done. I don't see myself going back to work at a restaurant. You know, things seem to be already kind of panning out. So I'm really stoked about that, guys, because I definitely put in my time. You know, I did little service jobs and, you know, serving the community. I'm still serving the community, being a realtor. So essentially, it's kind of the same thing. I feel like even though it's a different dynamic of work, different kind of workload and different kind of pace and different type of thinking involved. It's essentially very similar to what I was already doing, which is essentially just serving the community, which I like doing. I like serving the community. I mean, I wanted to be a doctor when I was in college, and wanted to, like, you know, help people out. And, you know, I know my advice probably isn't always great, but you know, my hope is to recommend following my advice just based out of what I would myself would do. So I wouldn't recommend people do things that I wouldn't do, or, you know, I wouldn't recommend that they necessarily even do what I do, but that would be the only type of recommendation I would give, is something that I would do myself. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're live on Bitcoin Cash. We love to be here. We love cryptocurrency. We're obsessed with it, mentally and physically, maybe. Can you be physically addicted to crypto? I guess. Be constantly using it and spending it and obsessing over it. Deal with only auto, mostly revisions, nobody fills adjusters. Oh, no way. Use properties for homes, probably insurance adjuster. Yeah, bro, I'm an insurance adjuster. Yeah, guys, I mean, buying parts from a dealership, everything else, insurance companies and estimates. Guitar for April, Chad. Yeah, Durden, 500, man. That's why I drew it right up here. Definitely a target for April. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, Luke, Jay, you know, we all got jobs. You know, we have to, you know, have jobs. You know, some people call them careers. Some people call them jobs. Some people call them being enslaved. Really, at the end of the day, I mean, most people do have to work. I don't see myself, you know, stopping working anytime soon. Even if Bitcoin Cash were to go to $100,000 a coin, you know, I wouldn't sit on the sidelines and just retire. I would want to keep. I would probably want to promote Bitcoin Cash and make it somehow make a career out of promoting Bitcoin Cash. But as far as, like, hoping Bitcoin Cash goes up enough in value to, like, retire, that has never been my goal. So, you know, I plan on hopefully trying to figure out a way to build this stuff out more, you know, even if it's just making these little live shows, live streams. You know, if I can touch just one person or many people, that's just a big accomplishment. Yeah, I get scolded by my wife. She scolds me, yes. I think that's what wives do, essentially, to men, is they scold their men. But, yeah, she's good, man. She doesn't give me a hard time about crypto. She's kind of, like, accepted it at this point. At first, she kind of was annoyed by it, the fact that I was, like, always talking about it or always looking at it. Just always, like, reading up on it or studying it or just obsessing over it. She got a little irritated, but I mean, that was years ago. She's kind of moved past that. She's cool with me, you know, being into it. She knows I make this channel and all that. She's supportive of it, so I love her for it. Oh, I deal with the only auto way, bro. Yeah, guys, a lot of topics. I mean, yeah, we, you know, appreciate everybody throwing their comment in there, because, you know, it makes me think, and it's good stuff. Yeah, yeah, I'm a lucky guy. I am. Yeah, and we're all lucky guys. We're all lucky to be here. You know, it's just all how you look at it. I think everybody in this chat's really, you know, we got Cardenas talking to his dad about blockchain pitfalls and stuff that's going on, and then we got, you know, Korean boy Jay, man, he's trying to get the BCH gains for his parents. We got Luke, you know, supporting people in the chat, you know, left and right, building me up, building the chat up. And we got ℚ in the house, you know, making us remember why we're so happy. So this is life, guys. You know, Bitcoin Cash has definitely changed my life as far as the way I think about money. But not only that, like, it's done something else for me, like on a different level, other than just, you know, what I think about money. It's so much more than that, guys. It's like, it makes you a more fair human being. It makes you look at things different from a more fair standpoint. It makes you think about other people, like being in their position and why your position is so much better, not in a way of being arrogant, but in a way of being thankful and wanting to help other people get to that same level of, you know, freedom. And it doesn't always come with a price attachment to it, guys. It doesn't, you know, Bitcoin Cash doesn't have to, you know, go to $10,000 or $100,000 for me to, like, want to be more into it. And I use the word obsessed. I know that's not a good word. You know, when people hear obsessed, they're like, that's not a good word, dude. But, you know, you become more obsessed with Bitcoin Cash as time goes on, because it's just that great. I mean, it does that much. If you think in your head it's done that much for me, why wouldn't I want other people to have that same experience? And you do. I mean, people do. People want other people to see how great this stuff is. You know, see how high we can take it. You know, not just from a price standpoint, from a liberty standpoint. You know, we want to embrace people's freedom. You know, this tax and these games that the governments play. You know, whether they're thought out in a malicious way or not, they screw us over. We're the ones that suffer from it. So you know, I feel like cryptocurrency gives people a little bit more, you know, the ball a little bit more in their court, at least from my personal experience. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I'm on here, guys. I want to go on here and you know, talk about this kind of stuff. So, you know, we keep looking at this little $500 level, guys, but I'm actually thinking maybe, you know, I'm just going to get creative here. I think it could be more something like this. You know, this could be like the next takeoff. What do you think about that? I mean, I know it seems kind of, you know, hey, where's that going to come from? Well, you'd be surprised. So, like, something like that, where it's just like, boom. Kind of run sideways or something a little bit up here. I don't know. I'll leave it up for a minute. See what everybody says about it. Try Smart Speech and do some videos. Yeah, I have to look more into Smart BCH. I don't know a lot about it. Bitcoin Cash, lucky, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's lucky, guys. If you're live, I'm live on Bitcoin Cash. Free, uncensored, live chat. Talk about whatever, guys. I'm not going to censor it. Glad everybody's here. Glad everybody's in the chat, participating in crypto, and just being part of the growing community, making the world a better place. DC is cool. You can speak with your pop. Yeah, man. Again, Luke, man, building the chat up, brother. Build it up, brother. This is your chat. This is my chat. This is everybody's chat, man. And you choosing to build it up is just great for everybody. So do the damn thing, guys. I'm gonna take a little break, get some water, and I'll be back. Glad everybody's here tonight, guys. Happy Friday, Saturday, wherever you're at in the world. We're live on Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash, man. We keep talking about it going on this great rise, but I think we might already be on it, guys. You know, the more that time goes on, the less fixated on the price it becomes to me. I don't know if anybody else has that same kind of realization of it. We've only really had two big price jumps with Bitcoin Cash. And you can look at it 2 ways. One, after the fork, kind of a recovery back to where we thought maybe it was. And then this one we just had in May. So, you know, the next one could just be so much better, so much bigger. But the more that time goes on, it's kind of a weird, peculiar thing that the less I become fixated on the price of fiat dollars comparatively to Bitcoin Cash. I don't know, drop it in the chat if you agree, if you've had the same kind of experience. You know, we think a lot of the same in this chat sometimes, so you know, I don't know if anybody else has had this same kind of feeling. But guys, if you're just tuning in, we're live. We're on Bitcoin Cash, peer-to-peer payments, cryptocurrencies, uncensored chat. Just remind everybody, it's an uncensored chat. I'm not going to censor you. So, alright, I guess people are leaving out. Night, my BCH familia. Good night, good sir, good night. Muy cansado también. Getting a little tired too, guys. I gotta head out of here in a minute, because, what made you want to start this channel? Well, actually, you know, I actually had another crypto channel before this. Back in 2018, I started it. Into 2018, 2019, I had probably like 12 or 15 videos, like almost probably like a year's worth. So the original reason I started that channel is just because I, you know, had been seeing crypto channels online, and I was like, shit, why don't I make one? You know, that'd be fun. So I started that one, and then I was going to do a real estate channel, so I took all that content down. It was worsely edited than this content. It was literally off my like older phone, older computer, like my laptop computer, not the new computer I'm using now. I don't regret taking it down and restarting the channel, like losing that content, because that content was garbage anyways. More garbage than this content. So why did I start the channel? This channel I started because, you know, I kind of thought back and I'm like, all right, I'm not doing this real estate channel because, you know, once I got into real estate and started working, I realized like I didn't want to do a real estate channel. I thought before I got my real estate license and before I started doing real estate, I thought that I would want to do a real estate channel. So that month that I got my license, I deleted all my stuff and I'm like, I'm finally going to do this. I'm going to do a real estate channel. And then I started working in real estate and I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do a channel. This isn't even what I want to do. I just want to do real estate and work. I don't want to build it out like a YouTube channel and, you know, tell everybody what I'm doing and all that. See, I'm not the type person that, if, you know, I don't mind sharing ideas if I think it's success, but I'm not going to tell somebody how to do what I do to make money. You know, if they're a realtor, they're just going to copy what I do. You can already do that anyways, but I'm not going to sit there and guide them through it. So when I decided I wasn't going to make that video or that kind of channel, I'm like, you know what, I really miss making crypto videos. Like, I'm just going to go back to doing that. You know, put a little more effort into it, make it a little bit, you know, better, you know, better quality. You know, I got a better phone now, got better computer, so I figured I'd try it out. So you made Bitcoin, made videos as a hobby. Yeah, just as a hobby, man. Just because I enjoyed talking about crypto. I think in terms of throughput, currently the BSV miners are trying to undercut each other in terms of the fee market, accepting lower and lower fees like 72 square. Yeah, but if they're... Yeah, but are they Like, why would they undercut on a fee, though? I mean, they're still getting that block reward, though. Let me read that again. I think in terms of throughput, currently the BSV miners are trying to undercut each other in terms of the fee market, accepting lower and lower fees. Like, so users are trying to see how low it can go. Currently, there's 4 GB of data in the mempool from users paying less for fees. Damn. That's interesting. So yeah, we'll head back to blockchair BSV. See what ℚ𝕚 is talking about. I don't know if anybody else uses this. You know, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I could have sworn this used to be yellow on blockchair. So I guess Bitcoin's yellow now. So I guess this one's orange. So yeah, scratch that. So mempool, where are we at here? So what did you say? It's 4 GB of data in the mempool from users paying less fee. 4 GB of data. I'm not seeing that. Are you really autistic, ℚ𝕚, or are you just joking around? Because I know some autistic people are like super analytical and like super smart. ℚ𝕚, we think you're smart anyways, whether you're autistic or not. But I'm just curious if you're really autistic or not. David, I agree with BSV blockchain is very big and big issues for miners, and all those op return values are mostly crap data. Yeah, but I think, you know, even though they are maybe crap data, but you got to think of the history behind Bitcoin SV. He has ₚ𝕚𝕐𝕣 building out, or kind of infrastructure behind Bitcoin SV. So ₚ𝕚𝕐𝕣, I believe, has a good bit of money and investment in mining. So they're in mining. They do a lot of their own mining. Bitcoin SV is a fully composed brand. They do a lot of their own mining. A lot of people that are in charge of it also own mining pools and all the equipment to run the infrastructure of BSV. That's also another reason why it's susceptible to an attack as well. Just because, the ₚ𝕚𝕐𝕚 and Craig Wright and a lot of the people kind of behind Bitcoin SV are the only ones kind of tied to the mining. There's other miners too. I'm not saying there's just them, but I'm just saying they have like a good little chunk of it. I would say like, I don't want to say half, percent or 30% or 20% because I don't know. I just know that they have. I've seen information or something that just has led me to believe that. Might be wrong, might be right, guys. I mean, I'm not God here. I'm not trying to play God. There's autistic. That's genius. Really am, I think. Yeah, maybe you are autistic, man. Whatever. SBI Crypto decided that Mine BSV are competing with Calvin's company. Oh, okay. So yeah, those are the people undercutting them. SBI Crypto. I haven't heard of them actually. 0% fees, pull fees. Oh, they got the old Bitcoin Cash logo. That's cool. So this is like a I haven't heard of them before, honestly. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to bring competition, guys. Nothing wrong with that, I feel like. But yeah, it's extremely cheap. ℚ𝕚, I don't really know. He's never really said if he's into, he kind of looks at BSV from the, like a technical standpoint. I don't really know. ℚ𝕠𝕘𝕖𝕣, you don't really seem really interested in Bitcoin Cash or BSV's price really ever. I don't ever see you really talking about that. That's kind of cool. You know, I'm not saying that we everybody in the chat doesn't care about the price of these coins, but at the same time, it is kind of interesting that, you know, the price doesn't dictate what this stuff can do. The price only dictates, you know, a lot of things like greed and people wanting to come in and join the party. So a lot of bad things are kind of attached to price. As far as the actual, you know, stuff that this stuff does, I think it's better than ever right now. What's my favorite type of coffee? I like dark coffee, for the most part, like a bold blend. My girl's been getting Blue Bottle. It's called Blue Bottle coffee. It's some kind of bold, rich, dark coffee. It's bomb, but I usually switch up my coffee. We'll switch it around. I think right now, actually, I'm sipping, I don't think that's not what I'm drinking. I don't think now, actually. I think I'm still drinking dark blend Lavazza coffee. It's an Italian brand. I don't know if it's really made in Italy, but it's an Italian brand. It's really good, too. I'm into BSV for technology since it amuses me, invested a little bit, so if it blows up, I'm not left behind. Cool, man. No, David Cardenas, I believe, is from Michigan. In my opinion, a mature fee market increases price long term, but needs throughput in the millisecond. Yeah, I think the throughput can get there, right? I think the throughput of BSV can get there. You know, I know these things kind of move at a snail pace, but I think the throughput can definitely get there on BSV. You know, it's a complicated project. I mean, this BSV project, it's not getting a lot of traction with price. You know, a lot of people have forgotten about it. But the actual technology that goes on this chain is different from any coin, Bitcoin Cash included. And Bitcoin Cash is unique in its own right too, in that manner. But Bitcoin SV is a little bit different. Well, it's a lot different than just peer-to-peer payments. So that doesn't necessarily mean that the price, you know, the cash peer-to-peer payment market is probably the biggest market in the world. So in terms of price, you know, you can look at different things where you think that price might go for these altcoins like Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash. But definitely Bitcoin SV is aiming for a different type of, you know, only recently has Craig Wright really addressed payments. I feel like he's always been on board for payments since day one with crypto, which I respect a lot, even though people don't like Craig. I respect him a lot for the fact that he has always been pro-payments for crypto, and that we should be using this stuff and building stuff on top of it and making it better and building out Bitcoin, essentially. So I will give him credit on that. Now, I will say that he's always been on for that, but he has been kind of pushing a different narrative, and only recently has I feel like he started revisiting the payment, peer-to-peer payments, like kind of super hard. Like he's been kind of pushing that a little harder than he has like the e-commerce of crypto, and kind of like building out all these platforms for companies and infrastructure out on BSV, so you can actually build stuff on top of it. Companies can enter the space, and, you know, private equity and stuff like that. For miners, at least until the fee market matures. Yeah, the price definitely does matter for miners, for sure. It doesn't matter for you know, building stuff out on it, though. It doesn't matter, like, the technology for Bitcoin SV doesn't matter, the price does not matter. Now you could kind of say, well, you know, if the price doesn't matter, then you're saying the miners might not care to even mine it anymore. So you could argue that too. You could say, you know, the price, you know, keeps, you know, whatever, it's not profitable to mine. The miners might go away, or maybe a 51% attack will become more likely for BSV. But I don't think any of that stuff really matters. It's just kind of talk. You know, from a fundamental level, it does matter. But when we look back at this stuff after the fact, you know, later on in time, it kind of seems like all those things we thought mattered kind of get thrown out the window, and the price is just up super high. Things are going on, things are happening, miners are happy, people are euphoric, prices move to a different level, and new things are happening. So I think that would be kind of the same thing for this coin, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash too. Those narratives kind of get pushed aside, and all that speculation of what ifs or can it happen ends up happening, and people are kind of just either left saying we told you so, or they're caught kind of with their jaw down, you know, because they either lost all their money because they got in too late, or they haven't jumped in yet and they can't believe they're still missing out. Guys, if you're live, I'm live. We're on Bitcoin Cash. Miner being in direct contact and users paying every fee to do offline transactions, and the receiver sells on chain. Bcash. I'm not in Long Beach, but my investments are around $1,000. Yeah, I guess Craig is like saying he wants kind of like, and I know that this might kind of sound off, man. I don't know. It kind of seems like he wants Lightning Network, but he wants it. He just doesn't want everybody running a node, but he wants like this second level payment system on top of Bitcoin SV. So he wants like the blockchain Bitcoin SV. He wants different things built on top. Like he wants to build Bitcoin on top of Bitcoin SV. I feel like, is that kind of what that means, especially considering the receiver settling on chain after the Merkle proof? Is that where you're going with that, Cardenas? And if not, then it's okay. I'm just sleepy. I'm gonna go to see you tomorrow. Later, Jay. Thanks for coming back, man. Appreciate you rolling up, man. I know you're working and doing your thing, so if you can come to the show, man, I appreciate it. Glad you're here. I'm gonna probably take off in a minute, guys. Stark Origin I saw came in the chat. Welcome back. Not even compatible. Again, BSV, but BSV is not EVM. I'm not familiar with EVM means, so maybe I should look it up. Ethereum. Oh, virtual machine. Yeah, I've heard EVM before this term. What were you referring to? It again, BSB VCNet is not virtual machine compatible. Yeah, but couldn't technically, again, BSB is not. You could, okay, so you could say that Bitcoin SV isn't Ethereum virtual machine compatible, but would it be fair to say you could build Ethereum itself and Ethereum virtual machine compatibility on top of Bitcoin SV? Could that happen? Could that be a thing? Is that possible? You know, I'm not throwing that out there like that has to happen. I'm just saying, is that a possible thing? Rather than Bitcoin SV not being Ethereum virtual machine compatible, could you take that same idea and put that compatibility and Ethereum on top of Bitcoin SV, which at that point, even though Bitcoin SV isn't virtual machine compatible, would it still fall in that kind of criterion of compatibility among other things that needed to be EVM compatible, running on top of BSV? Is that possible? Is that a thing? Any connected to IP or IP. Basically, users are connected to IP. The receiver of the transaction uses the Merkle proof to see the ℚ𝕠𝕗 on the block already, and then broadcast the transaction to the miners to settle. Yeah, see, that's the problem with Lightning Network, is all these transactions are happening off chain, and then they're settling on that, and then the miners are updating it and going off whatever that signal is to the miners. But I think on-chain is absolutely necessary for a payment system. I don't want, you know, if we can't scale, if we can't take that idea of an on-chain payment system that can be broadcasted online and not ever changed or ever muted, and you might say, oh, Lightning Network can't be changed either because you're updating it, but the risk factor, it undermines the entire system. So it's you can't undermine the entire system and say, oh, you know, it's updated, so we're going to go off the update because that's what it is. It's like too many things can be undermined. On chain, I don't think it can be undermined unless the miners roll back the block, essentially. And all miners have to be on board for that. So I mean, it has to be kind of a catastrophe event for something like that to occur. BCH equals Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRM. Yeah. Guys, if you're live on Bitcoin Cash, we have made it live. All right, so start origin Bitcoin Cash, you can hear Bitcoin. I'm assuming you meant Monero. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that Bitcoin Cash is. I mean, I don't know how to take it, you know, Stark, and maybe you can answer this. I don't know how to make it as private as Monero. Broadcast to the chain instead of the sender. The receiver of the payment broadcast to the chain instead of the sender. That is the major difference that needs to be vertical proofs. Yeah, you lost me, Cardenas. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with you, but it's too late in the evening, man. Maybe if I was fresh on the morning coffee, I could plow with you, but we're fading past that, guys. We're live on Bitcoin Cash. Stark and Cardenas, Stark Origin, and David Cardenas lighting up the chat, making it interesting tonight. So, guys, if you're just tuning in on a repeat, we've been looking at Bitcoin Cash. You know, we looked at price. We looked at you know, Bitcoin SV. Not a lot going on with altcoins right now in terms of any crazy price action. I mean, Ethereum Classic. You know, if we're going off price for a topic of discussion, really the only thing up in the last little bit of time. So. We'll see how that goes. Definitely up for the month for Ethereum Classic, so if we can kind of hang out in that $40, $50 range, we're still way good. Quantum up a little bit. Other than that, not a lot. So I'll probably kind of end on that note. Gonna take off for the evening, guys. Girls. Anybody got anything last? Drop dropping in the chat. Historically, the sender broadcasts the transactions to the blockchain with Merkle proofs. The receiver broadcasts the transactions so that he gets paid, and he uses Merkle proofs to prove that. Dennis, you're the fucking man, bro. You're running this chat tonight, bro. Historically, the sender broadcasts the transaction to the blockchain. With Merkle proofs, the receiver broadcasts the transaction so he gets paid, and uses Merkle proofs to prove that he got paid. Yeah, UTXOs are already in the blockchain, are valid. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I know what you're saying. I kind of know what you're saying. I've looked into that kind of stuff, like Merkle proofs and all that. You know, I'm starting to kind of think like the whole crypto ecosystem works on Merkle proofs, and that's essentially DeFi. You know, that might be completely wrong, but that's what it's kind of looking like. So yeah, not a lot going on in the altcoin prices, guys. I don't want to dwell on it tonight. There's not a lot going on in terms of price. Now I could wake up tomorrow and we could be totally different ball game. I mean, we got OMG up a little bit, VeChain up a little bit. I mean, Algorand up a little bit, but nothing like, you know, kicking our shoes off type stuff. 42.50 for BTC Core. 39,000 on the euro. But yeah, not a too crazy. You know, we haven't been falling anymore, so that's good. Some of these altcoins, waves, some of these ones that were jumping up. Let's check on Digibyte, because it was kind of one that was up with that. So I'm sure these coins have all probably retreated more than Bitcoin Cash and some of the other coins that we follow. Yeah, so it's gone down. So last 7 days, yeah, it's gone down a pretty good bit. So yeah, these coins have retreated a little bit, but I mean, you got to think, man, they took like 60% gains. So, you know, you really gotta, this is almost 100% gain in just like the last 2 weeks. So, you can really see how fast they move. Guys, I'm going to take off. Cardenas, thank you very much for lighting the chat up. Stark Origin, thank you as well. Looks like Jay's already out. I think Luke took off. Everybody took off already, guys. So, probably close down tonight. Merkle proofs are needed for scaling, and it's rather complicated, but you need a Merkle root, which is 40 bytes per block to increase singularity. It needs to be stored in every wallet to work. Yeah, you know, I think Craig wants everybody to run a node, it seems like, too, though. Even though he's saying he doesn't want everybody to run a node. So I guess he's using that as kind of, you know, his thing. Guys, I'm gonna take off. I gotta be up, so I'm gonna take off. Cardenas, we'll talk again about some of this stuff too, man. You definitely got the edge on the technical stuff, so it's good to have you in the chat, man. We appreciate you coming. Stark, good evening as well. I'm going to take off. Been great having everybody on the show, live Bitcoin Cash. Great to be here. Great to have such great insight for crypto, and just all doing our part and keeping the communication going. And you don't need to see. If you don't need to see my last 2 messages about BCH, it's because they were shadow banned. Yeah, I'm not shadow banning anybody's messages. That's so lame that YouTube does that. You know, hopefully we'll have maybe BSV, you know, with their decentralized applications they build out on top of BSV, maybe there'll be something like YouTube where we can get away with pretty much whatever we want. At least saying, I mean, having a free voice to speak feels good and free, so you could utilize that. Sync with the miners to download the Merkle reach for the blockchain, really. For the blocks, really. So sync with the miners, yeah. But isn't that kind of like you're running your own node? I mean, that kind of seems like you're running your own node at that point. unless the receiver, unless everybody's just being a receiver is essentially what the Merkle root is. I mean, fuck. I mean, is that what's going on here? Everybody that's a receiver becomes the Merkle root, or part of the Merkle root at least. I mean, we're fading, guys. We're heading out for the evening, guys. We've accomplished such great things tonight. We are taking off and closing down shop till tomorrow. Thank you very much for coming in, guys. David Cardenas has been a pleasure. Stark Origin has been a pleasure. 40 bytes instead of 1 megabyte, bro. So less than a node. Got it. Yeah, you're all about scale, bro. That's awesome. Guys, have a great evening, great day wherever you're at in the world. We're live on Bitcoin Cash, uncensored, free, live cryptocurrency channel. It's a live show. Come down if you're catching us on the repeat. You got any stuff in the chat, drop it on a comment. Hopefully somebody in the chat will catch your stuff. But come down. We definitely got a lot of interesting stuff going on, a lot of cool topics. I mean, every night's different. I mean, we ended up the night talking about kind of scaling on Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash. So it's great to like kind of revisit those two scenarios, and having people in the chat that are from both sides that aren't really discriminatory, and just having a good time with everybody. You know, Stark Origin, you know, bringing everything to light that, you know, censorship is real. You know, all this censorship does exist. It's a bunch of bull honky, but you know, every time we put in that effort to say something about it is us one step closer to you know, just being on top of our game and being on top of our own being. So thank you guys. Good night, wherever you're at in the world, or good day or good morning, and hope to see everybody on this show soon.